Year 9. Well, this is it, the final bit of information that you're going to have to do with the Year 9 option process. Hopefully by now you've all received your option booklet because I went into classrooms today and gave them all out, or if you're absent, I've posted them home. It would be great if you could sit with your mum and dad over the next couple of days, have a look at all of the subjects that are in there, make sure you read every single page, and make sure you make a list of the subjects that you think you're going to be interested in, and bring those along to your option meetings, which have been scheduled for next week. If you haven't yet signed up for those options meetings, you do so by parent booking. If you need any more advice, just get in touch with the school office. So, if we have a look at the next page. This has actually been a big process. It's not just something that we've just thrown at the students right at the very end. We've been preparing you since January, straight after Christmas, when I came into all the form classes and we started getting sort of you prepared for making your option choices, of which the final deadline date is next Thursday. So what have we been doing? Well, I've been in each form class numerous times, introduced the option process. We have done 3 trial runs of the options to help me get the options block so that students can choose the subjects they want to. We've produced the option booklet, one I was just talking about, which you've now got at home, which tells you all about the subjects, what lessons there are, what content you will cover, whether it is a 100% exam or whether there is a coursework component, and how long that exam will be at the end. You've also had lots of Fit for Life lessons, and in those Fit for Life lessons you've been looking at careers and possible courses that you would need in order to do those careers. Next week, as I mentioned, you will have a meeting with a member of senior staff within the school. So most of them are scheduled for next Tuesday. So you will be in your lessons Year 9. Your parents will come into school through the main entrance ready for this meeting. We will be in the main hall. You will come out of your lessons, go down to your main hall. We will share with you your report so you know which subjects you are the best at. And then we will also go through what subjects you are considering doing and which ones we would recommend for you. Now, there is some subjects that are called the core curriculum. These are subjects that you must study, and it's compulsory across all schools in England. So everybody must study English language and English literature, mathematics and combined science. You get 8 lessons of English language and literature across the fortnight, 8 of maths and 10 of science. There are also some statutory subjects, which are cultural studies, ICT, citizenship and physical PE. After that, the subjects divide up into a range of different types of subjects. So you have the traditional JSHS subjects, some of which become an EBAC, more on that in a second. You then have the purple and the yellow ones, which are vocational qualifications. Those subjects often have a small percentage being coursework assessed or physical assessment, so it might be that you are making something or doing something, where the GCSEs and the EBAC are 100% exams. It is worth thinking which kind of child you are, whether you are good at exams and therefore are more likely to do well in the GCSE and the EBAC subjects, or whether actually you're better at coursework modules, so you might want to think more about the purple and the yellow ones. I did say I'd tell you a little bit more about the EBAC. The EBAC stands for English Baccalaureate. It is not a certificate, so you won't finish at the end of Year 11 and have a certificate that says you've been achieved or you have achieved the EBAC. It's just that you have some subjects that you've managed to pass. And the subjects that you have to study in order to get the EBAC are English, Maths and Science, either History or Geography and Spanish. Now it is recommended that if you are thinking about going on to university that you do the English Baccalaureate. So it is recommended that you would continue with your language study into Key Stage 4. Now all students must study either History or Geography, so that's the biggest first choice for you to make. Do you want to study History or Geography? Once you've decided on that, you then look at the other subjects that you want in the blocks and you choose one subject per block. There are certain combination of subjects that we would recommend that you don't study because they're too similar and the crossover is too much. During your options meeting next week, if you mention 2 of those subjects, the staff will advise you not to take those 2. Please make sure you have signed up for that options meeting. It is the last time that we get to give you some advice. The grading structure has changed for GCSEs, so about 4 or 5 years ago it went A star all the way down to U, with A star being the highest grade, G being the lowest grade and U being unclassified. They have changed the system now, so it goes 9 to 1, and as you can see 9 is a bit higher than an A star, so it means the students have done better than an A star. A 7 is equivalent to an A, and then a C is a 4, and that's called a standard pass. However, we are aiming for a good pass, which would be a 5. That was just the lights going off. Right, next screen. Over the last 2 years, the government has been increasing the level of challenges in all of the GCSEs. So when you do your exams, they are going to be longer exams than what they were 5 years ago, and there is also going to be more challenging content in them. You haven't got to worry about that. We are making sure that we will teach you everything, and by the time it comes to your exams, we will be all ready for that. But it does mean that you need to choose your options carefully. So why should you make certain choices? Best one for me, best advice I give you, if you enjoy the lesson, study it. If you enjoy it, you're more likely going to work hard at it, which means if you work hard at it, you're more likely to do very well in it. So if you enjoy your lesson, make sure that is the one that you pick. If you're very good at a lesson, that's another reason for choosing it. And also there are some lessons that you are advised to take if you want a career in a certain thing. So if you are wanting to go down the medicine route, it is a good idea if you do study triple sciences. There are some courses that you do not need to do at GCSE and can still go on and study at A level. Business studies is one example of those, so is health and social care. There are reasons why you shouldn't choose options though. So you like the teacher you get this year doesn't necessarily mean you will get the same teacher next year. Or your friends are doing that subject. Just because your friends are doing it, if you do not like the subject, you're not going to work hard at it. Don't choose it because you think it's going to be easy. They're not going to be easy. They've all been made to be harder. So they are going to be harder than what you've had in year 9. So make sure you choose the one that you like. You might have had somebody in the past, an older brother or older sister, who studied a course. The courses have changed, so don't necessarily just listen to what they've got to say, and definitely don't choose a subject just because it sounds interesting. Make sure you read the book, and if you're still stuck, go and ask the teacher. Ask the teacher if you can see some work from that subject. That might help you decide what you want to do. Now, what you might want to consider is what jobs there are out there. This is called labour market information. The 5 biggest growing employment sectors in the North East are health and life sciences, manufacturing, engineering and renewable energy, digital and gaming industry, and finance. So did you know something like 10 most popular jobs in 2020 didn't exist in 2010? Nationally, 11.1% of people are not employed or in education, but in North Tyneside that's only 4.2%. So major health employers in the North East include the Centre for Life, the NHS and Newcastle University. Lots of firms, local firms in the energy sector include SMD, which is engineering, Catapult, an offshore renewable energy company, and Tyne Subsea. You've also got local firms in the digital sector, which are on the screen there for you, and you've got local firms in the finance sector, things like Virgin Money, Ward Hadaway, which is a lawyer firm, and HM Revenue and Customs. These all employ a lot of people in the area. What we can see is industries that will need you when you leave school are the ones listed on the screen. So Nissan Leaf, biomass energy, Windwave Tidal, the new battery plant that's going to be up at Blythe, health and social care, it's got a lot of staff at the moment, a lot of positions that can't be filled, ICT and digital media, engineering, manufacturing, construction, hospitality, science and tourism. They are all going to want people to be in jobs in the next 5 years. So that person could be you. Right, what do we need to do now in terms of options? Look back at the options booklet, and if you need more information, look at the subject videos which are available through the school website. Come to your appointment next week and take into account the recommendations that we make, and then make sure you complete your option form and return it to school by Thursday the 17th of February. There is a little bit of an aside here. You know, you can choose your options and I will do my utmost in order to give you those option choices. However, some option choices aren't always possible. We do need a certain number of students in each class in order for it to run. And if that doesn't happen, then I will be back in touch with you to say that those option choices aren't available. But I will try my utmost to make sure everybody gets the option choices that they want. If you have any further questions, either from me or another member of staff, my email is on the screen there, leanderclay@johnspence.org.uk, or you can phone into the office and ask to speak to one of the curriculum leaders, the names of whom you'll see inside the options booklet. Hope that's been useful. Looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Thank you very much, Mia 9. Bye.